I want you guys to picture this world where you're driving to Arkansas and every time you're at a weigh station or you get stopped by a DOT officer or a police officer, anybody that is of law enforcement, they're going to ask you to read something, potentially write something. And if they feel that you don't have understanding of English sufficiently, they're going to give you a $500 fine and then a $1,000 fine. And then if you're a foreign driver and you have the proper license to be here to drive a truck, but you don't have the proper work permit that it takes to drive a truck at that exact moment, you're going to get in trouble as well. And so tell me what you guys think about a world where every time you drive in Arkansas, you're going to have to read something and you're going to have to write something to make sure that you understand English sufficiently enough to read the signs. And I'll tell you what, I think this is a step in the right direction. And I'm wondering why the whole nation doesn't do what they are doing in Arkansas soon. What's going on, Mud Truckers? Welcome to Trucker News. Let's talk about this bill that has finally passed. I think a lot of truck drivers are going to be happy about this. I think foreign truck drivers are going to be less happy about this. But, it's one of those things where it's about safety first. I see in a lot of comments where people are saying that, hey, this is a money grab for Arkansas. I see other people stating in comments stating that, hey, Alex, why don't they have this nationwide? And the big one that I see that no one's ever talking about here is that, this is already a federal law where you have to have English proficiency, and people aren't having that and nothing's being done about that, right? And so this is the first question I propose to you. And you let me know for this question of the day how you'd feel about this. But I know the other day we talked about how 2 doctors were just passing a whole bunch of drivers in the last 2 years, or 15,225 of them. And so that just kind of left a red flag for the FMCSA. And so speaking of that, with your medical card, that is, should the medical examiner actually be the one, when you're doing your physical examination, have one of the tests be that you can read and understand signs proficiently and put that on your medical card? Would that solve a lot of problems? Mud Truckers, comment down below. What are your thoughts about that? Because I think that'd be pretty interesting there. Now, okay, so we talked about this here. This Arkansas bill has passed. Finding truckers that cannot speak English sufficiently, okay? I'm going to send you this article from Landline. I talked to a couple buddies as well, and it was just a great conversation. We had to make a video about it. Basically, Wednesday, April 9th, the Arkansas House just passed HB 1745 with an 82-0 vote after clearing the Senate unanimously last week. In addition to an English proficiency provision for CDL holders, the bill also makes false or improper documentation a felony for foreign domiciled truck drivers. So there are foreign truck drivers that might have the right documentation, but if they don't have the current work permits to work at this current time, yes, they will be fined as well. So, Mud Truckers, do you think that this is something that shouldn't be in Arkansas, but should be nationwide, right? It says here, once this bill is signed into law, anyone operating a commercial vehicle must exhibit English proficiency. Truck drivers must be able to show that they can read and speak English sufficiently to converse with the general public, understand highway traffic signs and signals in English, and respond to official inquiries, make entries on reports and records. Now, we talked about this a little bit here, but if they determine that someone does not speak English sufficiently, then the first fine is $500. The second fine is $1,000. And it says the bill also goes after foreign-based truck drivers who either possess a false CDL or do not have proper documentation. One provision will make presenting a false foreign CDL a Class D felony that also applies to any public record, which includes official books, paper, exhibits, or records, or any type required by law from government office or agency, license, certificate, permit, seal, title, letter of patent, similar documents issued by a state, territory, U.S. federal government, or foreign government engage in a reciprocal treaty with the U.S. My truckers, comment down below. I love you guys. I'll share with you guys this information, but just want you to know that, yeah, this is a bill that has passed, and as soon as it gets signed, it will be law. And if you drive in Arkansas, they can actually stop you and give you a fine for these things and get you to start reading some books, look at some signs, and write some things simply so they make sure that you understand the road signs. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be safer for the roads. You know, my truckers, comment down below. For the foreign drivers that are driving here legally, right? Tell me, comment down below as well. Let me know what you guys think about this. You know, do you feel that this is an attack on you guys, or are you okay with this as well? Because it's not saying that you can't be a foreign driver in this bill. It's just stating that if you don't speak English proficiently enough that they believe that you can read these signs, then you're going to get a fine. So, you know, I would love to hear what you guys think. My truckers, comment down below. But yeah, I think this is good news, and it's a law that's going to be in place in the right direction, right? So my truckers, comment down below.